everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel Ray here, and if you're new here and you've never been here before, hi! I'm Rachel, and I go by Rachel Ray on the internet. Saturdays is when I do my Flosstube videos, and I talk about cross-stitch and knitting. That's it for now. So, before we get started with the stitching, I have a few life updates, so cheers to everybody. Cold tea today. So I hope you can tell that I've kind of started a new setup. And unfortunately, there are some pieces that just aren't working yet, and I'm waiting to get the parts to make them work. One of the new things that I did get is a microphone, a really nice microphone. So thank you to all of my patron supporters, Patreon patrons. Thank you. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. And also, I did purchase a new webcam. The one that I'm using right now is actually all right, but it gives me a little bit of trouble when I do live streaming. So I went ahead and I bought a new camera as well, thanks to my Patreon supporters. So this will work in the next one. And so hopefully the picture quality will be even better then. The only reason I can't use it is because USB-C. That's a thing that evidently I've been living under a rock for the last 5 years. Don't know, but I can't plug it into my computers, so I have to wait to get an adapter. Anyway, that is pretty much my life update as far as hardware goes. Today is a really, really gloomy day. Like, I wish you could see. It feels like the clouds are just hovering above my house because there are lighter clouds over there, but definitely not here. So I don't know what's going on. And they're coming in from the east, which is unusual. I have just started reading Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I'm doing this with Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts. If you haven't seen her videos, please check her out. She's doing daily vlogs, guys. It's actually getting me through this time because I don't know about y'all, but I just can't do daily videos. Well, I probably could, but I don't know if anybody would want to watch. But she's reading this book, and now I'm reading this book, and I'm really, really enjoying it. And also, something I wanted to share with you all is that I went out and I purchased a book of poems, and I thought that I would read one at the end of every Flosstube from now until the book is finished. This is a local author and poet. His name is Patty Bush. This is his new book, Second Sight. And I would totally recommend checking it out. He is being published by Daedalus Press. I've never heard of them, but this is Patty. So it would be awesome if you would go out and purchase the book, but I'll just be reading a short poem every day. And I'm really excited to do that as well. So, and that's pretty much it. My husband is making wine in the other room, so if you hear strange noises, that's why. And I'm not going to tell him to stop because, you know, we're all kind of in this together. He has been doing things that he normally wouldn't do because he's starting to get stir crazy. We have been in self-isolation pretty much more or less for the last week or so. And there's only so much that you can do before you're like, okay, I need to deep clean everything. And it's totally not in his nature, but he's doing it. He's stepping up and doing it. So we're both kind of like doing one task every day that we wouldn't normally do. And hopefully that means that we'll have a really clean, warm, welcoming space by the end of it. But other than that, I'm not going to talk about what else is going on. Let's just stick with stitching. So I took a few pictures of my stitching from the last episode or the episode before, the last progress that you would have seen, so that you can tell what difference there was, especially if you're brand new. You might not know where I was. I'm going to start with this piece, which I got from a Michael's when I was over in the States. I live in Ireland, by the way, if you didn't know that. I'm an American that lives in Ireland, rural Ireland. This is see, you can see my ring light. Sorry about that. And get used to everything. So this little birdies piece, I think it's still available. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the hummingbird bookmark. And this is where I was last time. Unfortunately, I miscounted. So I am really new with linen. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to linen and counting. I'm really new to cross stitching. So please don't hold it against me. I'm trying. So here is basically where I have ended up. If you can't tell, I had to frog the leftmost little flower, the heart flower, because it didn't line up with the border. And I felt like such a noob when I made that mistake. It was only one stitch off. So anyway, while that's disheartening, it's a good lesson, and this is pretty much my practice piece for linen, and I'm making all the mistakes on this so I don't make mistakes on my Mirabilia, for example. So that is Hummingbird Bookmark, which I have been wanting to stitch on for like the last 2 weeks, and I just hadn't. Also, sorry about the getup. I dressed up for you. That's as dressed up as I'm getting today. All right, next really most anticipated thing of mine is the Galaxy unicorn. This was given to me by my friend Mrs. Coffee over at Crafting with Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. She gave it to me for Christmas, and I just knew right away that I wanted to stitch this on Galaxy fabric by Misty. So have a look here. I'll show you my progress last week. I worked a lot on this. I think I had 3 sessions on it, which is more than I would normally do in a week. I just kept coming back to it. So here we are. I'm going to focus on the needleminder first so that you can see. I think my camera doesn't like this opalescent fabric. So I hope that you can see my big boo-boo over here, the line. I hope you can see the line of DMC. Basically what happened is that I didn't have 820 at the time, and now I do. And I forgot that they could be different dye lots. So you can clearly see the line there. But my plan is to actually just go ahead and fudge it. So I'm going to go over with one strand of floss and kind of do speckles outside this line so that it's not so predominant. Or maybe even go back to these sections and just find where 820 is supposed to go and just go over one with this thread. It was a little bit upsetting, but I didn't stop because I thought, now that I have the right color, I don't want to stop. But that's okay. And I did some more of the pink and everything, but it looks really good. In my opinion, I think it still looks really awesome. It's just taking a long time to do because it's really confetti heavy and there are like 14 or 16 colors in it. And because it's on dark flat fabric and I'm relatively new, it's serious eye strain. So even with my lamps. Anyway, that's the progress on that and I'm loving it. It's a really, really fun project to do. Okay. The next one, I've spent a lot of time on this one. So you all know that I'm doing Stuart Cunningham's Letters to Hogwarts, which is a Stitch Your Own Adventure Sal, which I love. And let me just say before I get started that I have gone off pattern for this part of the piece. So basically what you do is he released it in sometime in, I think, September or October of last year, if I'm wrong. You can correct me, it's fine. But he released the frame for the letters. So basically at the top, there's like 2 owls, there's the train to Hogwarts, there is a castle, and then there's 6 letters. And the 6 letters are the things we're working on now. So the first letter is in the middle center and it's a banner for your house. So you choose which house you are in. And if you're doing the Stitch Your Own Adventure in the way where you like roll the dice and just go with what it says, that's fine. But a lot of us are Harry Potter, I don't know, nerds or something. I'm a Slytherin. Sometimes I joke and say that I'm a Slitherclaw because I am part Ravenclaw and part Slytherin, but every time I go onto the website, I get Slytherin. And I've been like that since I was a teenager, so I guess that's not changing. And so what I did was I went online and I found a pattern that I thought would look good as a mascot for my piece. And since a lot of people on the Facebook group seem to be modifying their patterns in this way, I did the same. And so I chose a snake, a really cute snake. And here is last week's progress, just here on the screen. And I have made a load of progress, I think, anyway. This is what I have now. I am working this one on 20 count Ada from the Crafty Kitten. I hope you can see. There we go. Sorry, bear with me. I'm trying to get used to a webcam. I'm using 20 count Ada, and this is in the color Flagstone? Oh boy, I think that's the color. I'll have it down in the description. So anyway, I filled in the rest of his scarf. I think I did the entire scarf. I don't think I had the scarf. And I did the outline of his body here and filled it in a bit. He's looking really, really cute, really good. I seriously enjoy this. Now I have plans for the back of the snake, so it's not going to stay this way. I'm going to have, I'm going to do blackwork in the background. I suppose I could tell you, why not? Once I finish the snake, I'm going to do blackwork in the background. I'm going to design it myself, and I'm kind of scared, but I am also excited at the same time because I'm really, really loving the blackwork, and I think that it would really set it off as well. So yeah, that's the plan. I love working on 20 count Ada 1/1. It's just such a pleasure, and it does not strain my eyes somehow. Whereas the Galaxy Unicorn is just, yeah. So that's that one. Really loving it. Okay, what is next? Oh yes. Okay, so speaking of Blackwork, as you guys know, I am doing the Year of Blackwork by Peppermint Purple, and I went ahead and I caught up. So I'm totally caught up now. Which means I only have to touch this once a week for the next however many weeks there are in the year. Somebody knows. 40 something, I suppose. I went ahead and I outlined the entire thing. I serged it by hand. Excuse me. Which is something that I do. And then I went ahead and, sorry, bear with me. Fold it in half. Here we go. Here we are. Look how pretty. I'll try to focus on the needleminder first. That's a needleminder that I carry in my shop. When my shop is open. My shop is currently closed due to coronavirus. But it's still so beautiful. Just stunning. I apologize. My camera doesn't seem to like it. So this piece is fantastic. It's so much fun to work on. And I kind of get lost in the stitches, and I enjoy listening to an audiobook while doing it. I might even let the next 2 weeks go so that I can do both of them together in the same setting. So if you're not already doing this, this is a free stitch along, as is the Harry Potter one as well. And it's just so, I don't know, for me, it's once you get the first little bit of the pattern, it repeats. So it's so easy to do. The hardest one so far was this Celtic knot design, but even that one was just so fun. So yeah, please join us. And it's a great way to build up your floss stash as well, because you're only using a teeny tiny bit of the skein, and then you can put that in your stash, which is why my stash is just up here, putting all those colors back. So, oh, and I forgot to tell you that I went ahead and I ordered more floss away bags. So now I have all of the colors for the rest of the year in their bags. So you can see at a glance where we're going. So we're going from pink to purple to blue to green and then gold at the end of the year. It's going to be amazing. Just stunning. And I really love this bag. I'm really enjoying it. So that we can put away. Oh, and of course, my husband accidentally spilled wine on it. But lucky for me, it's just outside of the area that I want to frame it. So it is now staying locked up because white Ada. I don't want that to happen again. So there's that project. Then we have another one. So I went ahead and I kitted up and started the Grimm Fairy Tale Stitch Along by Clouds Factory. And as you all know, I mean, well, I don't know if you know this, but I was super excited to start it. And so I had nothing. I just had blank fabric. And now I think I've done pretty well. There we go. Oh, my camera doesn't like it. Okay. I don't know why my camera's freaking out at it. That's really strange. But that is the progress that I have made. So in case you can't see very well, it's part of the donkey. I've got the whole cat. I've got everything on that rooster except for its beak and feet. And the doggy is done too. And then I'm coming over here to do the house. And I went up there to do the E. What I'm really excited about is that up here it says once for Once Upon a Time. And you're using Weeks Dye Works. I've never used Weeks Dye Works before. And now that I know how to properly use variegated floss, I'm just so excited for it. I really love the color of this Ada as well. It's a bit darker, like a whole lot darker than what the models are stitched on and what the kit comes with. But honestly, I think it's really nice. You know, it kind of feels more old-timey or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. And I'm sorry that my camera is acting up, but that should be fixed by the next time. That's exactly what I was talking about, by the way, when I first started the video. That's why I got another webcam. Okay, so that's Grimm. So what is that? Grimm, Letters of Hogwarts, Unicorn, and Peppermint I think that's actually all of my, I just found a sticker for a DMC. Whoops, we'll find out where that goes later. Those are all my whips. Surprisingly, those are all my cross stitch whips. So now I did my entire Flosstube and I totally forgot to tell you about this. This is my FFO. Isn't it cool? Now it's slightly sideways, but I don't think you can tell very much, especially when it's actually up in its place. It's up in the living room on a very high shelf on a bookshelf, and you cannot tell that it is out of alignment, but it's kind of funny that because it says alignment on it and the alignment is totally misaligned and it's in the frame unaligned, I think it's brilliant irony. So that's my FFO. This is my chaotic stupid is not in alignment #SassyCraftAlong project. And this was done on 14 count Ada that I dyed myself with tea. The colors of the flosses are all different except for 310, and I used Classic Colorworks Granny Annie for the lion and the dragon, so you can see the variegation in it. I think it turned out really, really nice. Even if it's totally mistaken here. You can see I squeezed the tea in there. But sure, that's all right too. So yeah, that's my finally finished object, or finally finished object. And I'm really, really pleased with it. So if you're interested in getting this pattern, this will be the last time that I link it down below in the description, unless I mention it at some point in the future. You're interested in the pattern. And yeah, thank you. Now back to the rest of the video. What I am doing is I have set up my next project, which I set up a few projects. So I've got Yoga Corns, which is ready to go, but it's not starting yet. That's a collaboration between me and a few other Flosstubers. But I've also started and almost kitted up the Chinese Zodiac Sal. So I've wanted to show you all my purchases. So let's get into that. One of them is in relation to the Chinese Zodiac, and it's from a shop called, I got the, will it come up on the screen? I purchased the fabric from Pole Stitches Designs. So this is on Etsy. You can also go on their website, polestitches.co.uk. The best thing about this particular website is that they ship immediately. Like, as in, you don't have to wait. All of those fabrics are already dyed and ready to go. And honestly, that's where I want to buy from now on. I've heard of a few shops. If you know some shops that do that, I don't like waiting. So I purchased a piece of fabric, which is pretty big. And I hope that this is the true color. This is a gorgeous fabric. I'll put in a picture here because I don't trust that my camera is showing the correct color. It's pretty much what Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery wants you to do for the Chinese Zodiac Sal. This is called, ooh, I don't have the name of it. I'll have to look that up. This is approximately 18 by 27 inches, and it's a 28 count Lugana. It's a little bit more pinkish than what I expected. The one that they showed in, the one that the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery showed in their model stitch preview is a little bit more yellow. But I did a floss toss of the flosses that I have, and they work really well in this fabric. So I'm okay with it. I think it'll be fine. I'll do a floss toss on it for you all once I get the rest of the floss. But I'm going to have to special order them from eBay or something because I don't have them all. Then I'm going to put in pictures because I don't want to take these out of the bags again. My Small Cuts monthly, what would you call it? Small Cuts monthly subscription from the Crafty Kitten has come in. And I have since changed to linen or even weave, because I want more little even weave to practice on. But we have some here. So this is January 2020 limited edition. Or is it 2019? 2020. And I'll put a picture just on top so that you can see the true color. It's like lilac and wisteria. It's gorgeous. And then my favorite one actually is called Fairy Dust. This, I'll put a picture on top. It's like purple, pink, and light blue with lighter splotches, and it's just gorgeous. So pretty. And it feels very, if you follow Mystic Fabrics, Unipoo is one of her colors, and it looks a lot like that. So if you have seen that one, then you might know what I'm talking about. The next one here is called Frosted Garden, and it's opalescent. This one is definitely not going to come out on camera. It is a light green. It kind of reminds me of a pastel green, kind of like the soft green that's in the baby blanket that I'm doing. Very, very light. It's very creamy, you know. And then the last small piece is called Tea Rose. Tea Rose, and this one is kind of a pinky purple. Very light, very, very light. Crafty Kitten's colors are usually more muted. They're not as bright or bold as other hand dyers. So just so that you know, if you like a little bit of color, a little bit of modeling, but not a lot of color change in one piece of fabric, then she's your girl. She's catching up. So drop her a message or an email if you're interested in asking questions. But all of my interactions with Dawn have been positive, and I'm excited to see what I get next month as well. Let's see. And I think that's all. I did purchase the Chinese Zodiac Sal from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. There's also a few free downloads all over. In regards to what's happening in the world, people are being really super kind, and they're coming out with these incredible charts. One of them is from the Blue Flower. She just posted it. I think I saw it this morning or late last night. Free charts. I'll put them down below, the ones that I know of. There's one in solidarity with Italy, and I believe there's one with Spain as well, but I'll have a look for you, and I'll link them down below if I can. So now comes the time of this video where I would like to offer a small giveaway. As you know, I received the World of Cross Stitching magazine a few weeks ago, and due to a small, I guess, miscommunication or mishap, I received another copy of the magazine. So I could give away as many of these patterns as I want to because I have two. So I decided that this week, since Sunday, tomorrow, is Mother's Day, I would like to give away the Mum's the Word patterns. There are 6 patterns here in this particular book. And I know that it probably won't get to you by tomorrow, but Mother's Day in America is a little bit later than it is over here, and I'd like to give them to you. So if you would like to enter the giveaway for this pattern, could you please write Happy Mother's Day? Or I would like to stitch Happy Mother's Day. I'll be looking for mother. Okay? So that can be yours. Just link it down below. If you would like to be drawn, though, you must fill in the Happy Mail form, which is down in the description box of this video. Under where it says social, the first link is the Happy Mail form. That's a giveaway form. It's so that you can give me your details so that when I choose the winner, I automatically have where it needs to go and I can contact you directly. Please fill in the form. If you don't fill in the form and I draw your name, I will have to draw another winner because I need to have those details right away. I will stick it in an envelope. I'm going to cut it out of the book with I believe it's going to just be these pages together, and then I'll stick that in an envelope and send it your way. So that's it for stitching. Now I'm going to get into yarn. If you're interested in me reading the poem, please skip forward to the end of the video. Thank you. So knitting. Progress on my knitting. As you know, last time I had started to knit on bigger needles for my sister's baby blanket. And I showed you how I had kind of, well, I don't think it was a mistake that I made, but I definitely feel as though the gauge was too small and it wasn't turning out into a blanket so much as like a giant dishcloth. I can talk. So here we are. This is what I'm using on the blanket is called James C. Brett Baby Marble Double Knit. This is a 100% acrylic yarn, which the color is washed out because of the light that I'm using. I'll have to fix that for next time, but it's a light yellow, light green, and cream color. Also, I think the lighting will be better next time because anything is better than this. It's literally like a massive cloud hovering over me right now. So I'm using size 6 needles instead of size 4, which is what the sleeve, do they call it a sleeve? A cuff? What the cuff calls for. And so here is, I'll put in a picture here. This is where I was last time. I made a lot of progress, y'all. This is where I am now. Oh, you can see the colors better, much better there. It's curling in on itself at the bottom. but I think I'm nearly where I need to be for the length. It says 90 centimeters long is what you need. This has been an incredibly relaxing stitch because it's literally like knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. Well, it's not stockinette, excuse me, but it's very easy. And it does have kind of like a border around it. I don't think you can see. You'll be able to see once it's blocked. But it's very simple. Thank you to Angel Cat Creates on Instagram for sending me the pattern. And I think, like, I really want to make another, I really want to make another baby blanket because I feel like 2 would be better than 1. So I'm not going to make the same pattern, but I am probably going to make another blanket. So that is that. And what I'm wearing right now, this is the Cabin Path shawl by Helen Stewart. I purchased the pattern on Ravelry, and I purchased the yarn from Monica at Calmra Knits. She's based in Ireland, Waterford. And it still looks awesome. I love it. So pretty. It does not match what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing my my Stiach shirt. Can't wait for that to start again. Anyway, and that's all I'm working on right now. I have purchased so many patterns though. That's the problem. I'll show you when I use them. But I'm thinking about starting the mini skein shawl. No. What is it called? Mini skein infinity scarf soon. But I might not use mini skeins. I might actually just use different colors of the yarn just to use up what I have. The leftover bits. Let's talk about Knit Crate. Knit Crate came in, and I actually have another Knit Crate coming in. This one was late. So they had some serious shipping issues last month where their international boxes didn't go out on time. They say that they send out their international boxes before their domestic boxes because they're based in Miami, Florida. So unfortunately, like tomorrow or Monday, I will be getting the next Knit Crate, but this is February's crate. So I only peeked to see what color it was because I didn't know which one it would be. And I haven't actually looked at the rest of it. So let's look. And they have the nice paper. It is really nice. So, there's 2 skeins. I'm just going to set it down briefly and show you the cuff. Is it called a cuff? I feel like I'm going to call it a cuff. La Brebis. It says it's light alpaca, 100% baby alpaca. This colorway is called Dogwood Berry. That is true to color. Wow. It is so incredibly soft. I can't even. I don't know what I would make with this, but it is so soft. It smells like an alpaca, but it's soft. And I feel like this would make like a good blanket. I know it's fingering weight. Is it fingering? Yeah, it's fingering weight. It says it's 400 yards. It's not my color. There was a mix up here as well. I thought that I had changed into the sock crate, but apparently it didn't save. I was looking for the Energize Me sock crate because it was pink. But while this is not really my color, like you can see that it's definitely not my color, this could make some really nice stuff. So, so soft, so nice. I might buy more of it. Ooh, what are these? In the box, we have stitch markers, plastic stitch markers, and something else. If you know what these are, could you tell me down in the comment section? Because I have no idea. No clue what that is. All right, let's have a look at the Knit Crate Inspiration magazine. Excuse me. Okay, so it says in here, you get to see the inside, theme and instructions. Excuse me. See, I was trying to get this Audine Woods sock crate. You can't really tell. Sorry about the ring light. Hannah Thessian is the designer of the patterns. Excuse me. Trying to read and think and talk at the same time is hard. She wrote a book called Seasonal Slow Knitting. I have heard about this through their membership emails, and I really would like to buy it. So they show what the membership yarns were for the Knit Crate this month. And as you can tell, like, there's the green one, that's the Chill Out, the All Natural, and the Energize Me. And I'm really not a fan of all three colors, but because they're more neutral and rusty or rustic or primitive or something. Whereas the sock yarns are very interesting, and I really wanted that kind of burgundy colored one. It also has Stellina in it, I think. What was it? Yeah, Stellina, which is like a shiny metallic kind of thread. All right, so it looks like we have hat and cowl, socks, and is that it? Okay, that's for the knitting, and then crochet, they have socks and a capelet. I'll show you that. Sorry about the ring light. There's really no way for me to show you that. Hold on. Try this. Nope. Still hard for you to see that, but hey. So capelet is cute. I don't crochet though. Maybe I can use them for socks. I don't know. I know it's not sock yarn, but they can make nice fuzzy socks, baby alpaca socks. Turn that back on. So that is my Knit Crate for the month. If you're interested in signing up for Knit Crate, I do have a referral link down in the description of this video. You can get your first box for $5. There's no need to keep on subscribing after your first box, but if you do sign up and you do get your first box for €5 or $5 rather, US dollars, it will help me get future boxes as well. So thank you all to everyone who's signed up for a box so far. I really, really appreciate it. So that is it for knitting as well. Okay, you weren't going to let me go away without me opening my Ruby and Roses yarn, right? Because, yeah, it's been a few minutes. I started editing the video and then I was like, Rachel, come on. Of course, I was missing something. Righto. So, if you are waiting for your March Advent calendar from Ruby and Roses Yarn, please click away because I am going to be talking all about it right now. So goodbye, Heike. Hers is still stuck in Frankfurt and it's almost the end of March. Can you believe it? So the first week of March, we had this color, which is a beautiful, beautiful pink speckled, and it's called Peonies. And then you can hear my husband in the background. This is the second week. This one, if it'll focus, this one is called Tulip Fields. And this is week 3. And I just glanced at the color's name, which I try not to do. So this is number 3. I love these little stickers, by the way. They're so cute. Y'all, this is the most beautiful color. Wow, that's amazing. Look at how beautiful it is. Like everything that I show today is matching my nails. That is beautiful. My God. So, if we put them together, Look at how beautiful those colors are. They're gonna look fantastic together. I cannot wait to get her pattern. She's going to be releasing her pattern soon. So we have one more week of opening Ruby and Rose's yarn, and then that's it. And like, I'm really sad. I hope that she comes out with another advent. I'm gonna wait another few months, probably maybe until May or June, because I'd love to see what she dyes for summer. I'm kind of trying to not that I don't want to, but that I could spend my life savings on yarn. And I did just purchase a few yarns. I won't tell you where they're from because you will see them in the next Flosstube more than likely. So yeah, really excited to share that with you as well. But I'm going yarn crazy. You know I am. And I really kind of want to cast something on. But again, I'm waiting until she releases that pattern because these colors are just insane, crazy cool. And I can't wait to see the next one. I have a feeling it's going to be a yellow maybe. I don't know. But thank you so much. She's incredibly talented. If you haven't seen her, the owner of Ruby and Rose's yarn, her Flosstube, or rather not Flosstube, but yarn podcast. She's a very incredibly talented young woman, so I like to support her. And I only wish that I wouldn't have to pay so much in customs to get her things to me. So that's the only downside, but I'm still okay with it. Anyway, yeah, I'll put this in, and yeah, so here comes the outro. Sorry, I knew I would forget something, but there you go. Thanks, guys. And I feel like there was another thing, but I can't think of it. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. Now I'm going to go ahead and read an excerpt, a poem from Second Sight by Patty Bush. So if this is where we part ways, thank you so much for watching. Let's get into it. So the first poem. These are all quite, they're quite emotional. He writes them in English and in Irish. So if you'd like to practice your Irish, they have both options for you. I'm going to read the English because I cannot speak Irish. This is called A Postcard from the Himalaya. Carry herewith my heartfelt blessing from the snowy heights of Terrapani to Minna Laith below Aragall and to Cahal Coin Asherka. Hover like an airy prayer flag above this downy blanket, then send my story far, far west. Om Mani Padme Om, your mantra. Search out the poet's own prayer flags, all agog for the east wind's offering. Whisper to them of high peak magic and the poet bush Gura Mahagat. February 2007. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you really enjoyed it, or even if you didn't, please give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos about cross-stitching, knitting, and diamond painting as well. Thank you all for being here and spending time with me today, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye!